Hey guys, and welcome to the Martin Racing channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about 2 essential upgrades you need for your Crf110. And those 2 upgrades are a skid plate and a shift shaft brace. So stick along, I'll show you how to install those, and I'll talk about why you need to have those 2 upgrades on your bike.
The reason you need the shift shaft brace is because if this shift lever ends up getting pinched or bound down in a wreck, your shift shaft itself can bend, and that will cause the transmission to not be able to shift into the correct gear. So what this does, the brace ends up giving you a little bit more support, so that is less likely to happen. Also, you'll notice that I put a TB Parts gear shifter on here so that I have this flexible tip for if the bike is laid over as well. The reason that we want to get a skid plate is because the design of the Crf110 allows all this to be open all the way to here. And what happens is if you case or you happen to hit a rock or a stick, anything like that can jam up and go up through your case. And a lot of people say, well, that's not real likely to happen. Well, on this specific bike, it did happen. And so you can tell that this case has actually been repaired on this side before. And I didn't want to have to go through that ever again. So the parts that we're looking at today are from Staggs Racing. This is a new sponsor of mine. I'm super thankful that they were able to ship these out to me. But I'm going to give you a little bit of info on this. So this is a 4mm aluminum skid plate. This skid plate is for a 2013 all the way to the 2024 Crf110s. And you do not have to modify your cylinder like you do on other skid plates. This one will bolt directly up without any modifications. This skid plate can be had for $75, and I was super excited to find out that they also had the shift shaft brace, and it's only $20. So you can get all the parts you need from Staggs Racing to keep your Crf110 reliable. So let's go ahead and get into the install. All right, so the first thing that I'm gonna start with is the shift shaft saver. So you gotta pull your gear shifter off. Once you take that off, you're gonna have 2 8mm bolts. Remove the cover also. So you're gonna install it just like this. So everything's lining up, so luckily the person that had it before me didn't screw up, so that's a big plus. So we're gonna have to trim. So I'm making me a mark. I'm gonna try to just come right up and then cut that so it still has that same look. But this piece right here is right in the way from where all that saver is now. So I'm gonna try to cut that out real quick. Man, that's a perfect trim, man. I would say if you cut that, put some glasses on, because I think I just got a little bit of black plastic in my eye. All right, so we got that installed. Now all we're gonna do is we're gonna move on to the big skid plate. So let's see if we can get it going. All right, so the first step is going to be to put this on. So I'm gonna wrap this around. You notice I got this piece right here is gonna go into the right side, and then this will actually screw in here. You got that sign?
Oh man, I see it. Where is it supposed to go?
In that hole.
Oh, let's go. Hang. right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Perfect. And so the good thing about the Staggs Racing one is that if you have, this is going to work for a 2013 all the way to a 2024, and you don't have to do any drilling and tapping. So that is a big plus, because there's a lot of skid plates that you're going to have to drill and tap to be able to install them. And I didn't want to have to do all, well, I'm not going to have to do it on my 13 through 18 model, but if you had one that's a 2019 to 24, you wouldn't want to have to do that. Now you're going to take a 12 millimeter and undo your foot peg bolts. All right, so you're gonna take your 2 longer bolts that they send with the kit, and they are gonna go into your foot peg bar. So when I install this, I put the milled side up to the foot peg bar, and so you're not gonna be able to see me do it on the other side, but I'm gonna go ahead and install this on the other side real quick. So I ended up installing it this way. You probably could have bolted this down first to it and then put it in there, and it would have been a little bit easier, but that's all up to you. Last step I'm gonna do on this is I'm gonna run this all the way through. All right, so this is it all installed. That's with the, you can see the shift shaft brace under there real good. And here's the skid plate all the way mounted up. Remember, I told you the reason I wanted to have a skid plate is because we like to ride around. Goodness, we got geese going over. We like to ride and go over all types of sticks and logs and everything else. And the previous owner had caught a rock and cracked this case over here. And so it had to be repaired. So I wanted something to where I wouldn't ever have to do that again. So that's why I went with the Staggs Racing skid plate. So if you're interested in a skid plate, check them out. They had a really good price on it, and it looks like a really good quality piece. So.
All right, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. If you're interested in any of the parts that were from this video today, you can catch them in the description. If you have any questions or wanna leave a comment, go ahead and do so. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure to click that subscribe. If you haven't clicked the notification, go ahead and do that too so you can catch all my upcoming videos. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.